Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an Owsley County organization is helping build affordable homes for low-income families. And after last weekend's tornadoes, Ryan Hall's Y'all Squad is assisting families who lost everything right before the holidays.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. It is 6 a.m. on December 15th, 2023. Let's check in with meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. Shane, what should people be expecting today as they walk out the door?
Another day of dry weather. Where have you heard that one before? That's been the story all week, Madison. We have seen plenty of clear conditions thanks to a very strong area of high pressure. And it's going nowhere for another day or two. So let's take a look at what's going on right now. Satellite radar, clear. Where have you heard that one before? Outside the WYMT studio, 27 right now, 32 Pikeville. And as we head on down the road to Corbin, I-75, 27 degrees there, 24 into Middlesboro, 23 Manchester, 37 Jackson, 31 into Prestonsburg. And when you factor in the wind, it's feeling a wee bit cooler in a few spots. Out the door forecast showing we are heading into the mid to upper 50s. Going to be a nice day to get out and enjoy in the afternoon. Maybe take the dog for the walk, go play with the kids outside, because things turn a little bit on the soggy side on Sunday. Very strong area of low pressure moving in, and behind it, as cold air rushes in, we could turn some of that rain into snow. Still a lot of questions about how that system plays out. We'll take a closer look at it here in a few minutes, Madison.
Shane, thank you. One Owsley County organization is continuing to help folks gain access to affordable housing, and thanks to a grant from the USDA, they will be able to help more. WYMT's RJ Johnson tells us how.
Partnership Housing, Inc. has been awarded more than $200,000 to assist the organization's efforts to make low-income housing in Owsley County. Housing coordinator and counselor Stacy Robinson says the grant will help folks that cannot afford to help themselves.
That grant will be dispersed between approximately 12 families to help rehabilitate their homes and do much-needed repairs that otherwise they couldn't afford. And we'll use it in conjunction with other grants to where we can fully do the projects and get their homes back up to where they're great for them to live in.
Vista Community Engagement Coordinator Jackie Charles says some are still struggling to rebuild after back-to-back floods.
Well, our purpose is to make sure that everybody has safe, affordable living. And we had 2 historic floods 2 years in a row. A lot of the rental homes were washed away or damaged severely, and so they can't be lived in anymore. And we have a lot of people that are just living where they can.
Saying people do not have the money to work on their own homes.
A lot of our families just don't have the extra funds to be able to work on their homes. They have mold, they have bad roofs, they have bad flooring. Some people that we have redone their flooring had plywood laid down because there was holes in the floor.
Robinson says they are also working to make sure homes are energy efficient.
With our home rehabs, we do try to do everything as energy efficient as possible. And with the new home builds, they are very energy efficient. So that overall gives them lower utilities. It helps them, not only them, but also the future generations that'll be in those homes.
Saying they want to help keep folks in the county.
We want to keep the people in our county here. We don't want the little children moving off and not coming back. So the better we can make it, the more likelihood that our little community will grow.
In Owsley County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Appalachian Service Project, Frontier Housing, the Housing Development Alliance, and Kentucky Habitat for Humanity were also awarded grants totaling more than $900,000 to help improve housing in rural Kentucky. An Eastern Kentucky YouTuber and his nonprofit are working to give back to people in Clarksville, Tennessee, one of the communities hit hard by deadly tornadoes during the weekend. WYMT's Buddy Forbes met up with the Pikeville-based philanthropist to hear about the organization's outreach.
Here it goes, guys. Tornado on the ground right in front of us. Clarksville, you guys
kind of get excited. You're like, yeah, there's a tornado right there.
Huge power flashes.
And then within moments, like after that tornado kind of passed and crossed the road right in front of me, I realized like this affected people's lives.
That literally crossed right here, guys.
From chasing deadly storms.
Of course, with those tornadoes that barreled through, unfortunately killing 6 people and injuring dozens more.
He is looking for his wife's urn. We saw them going through and picking up waterlogged Christmas presents.
To storming the toy aisles.
We came together and we thought of the idea of, like, let's give hope back. Let's give faith back. Let's just give a reason for Christmas, like for these kids to smile again.
Pike County's YouTube famous weather analyst Ryan Hall and his Y'all squad hit the ground running when tornadoes tore through neighboring Tennessee Saturday, with donors pouring in to bring blessings to those impacted.
Like millions of people are following him and watching his videos every single week. So when there's an imminent severe weather threat that happens and he's able to inform people that it's happening, 9 times out of 10 people are like, how can we help? How can we do something to make a difference in these people's lives that have been affected?
Thanks to supporters from all around, tens of thousands of dollars in toys and necessities were piled into vehicles and taken to the volunteer stage. With a squad of servants hoping to provide presents and a sense of peace, all the way from Pikeville.
Even though something so detrimental did happen, what we're doing still is able to help those even that weren't impacted by just that one thing.
Donating the hall to the local government to allow officials to get it to their communities ahead of the holidays.
We got loads of toys. We have everything from Barbie dream houses to Tonka trucks. If we jump over to the truck, this thing is loaded down with the best of the best Power Wheels.
Being able to provide Christmas for people that literally lost everything, their whole lives have been turned upside down, is definitely going to make the year for a lot of young kids.
Saying it is about more than creating content.
For me, it would be more so simplified as being a light in the darkness.
It is about contributing to Christmas after the catastrophe. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
You can follow Ryan Hall Y'all on YouTube and find out more about the Y'all Squad's nonprofit outreach and its efforts to provide relief response. We will have links for all of that on our website. In Harlan County, 3 people are facing charges after they reportedly stole a vehicle. Deputies with the sheriff's office received word about a vehicle in the Tri-Cities area involved in drug trafficking on Thursday night. During an investigation, deputies learned that the car was stolen out of Michigan. Dana Howard, Samuel Creech, and Samantha Sexton were arrested and taken to the Harlan County Detention Center. A Clay County man was taken to jail after police say he was trying to resist being arrested. Last month, a police officer with London PD noticed a car traveling on West 5th Street when it crossed the center line twice. Later, a chase began after an officer tried to perform a traffic stop. The chase ended near the intersection of Kentucky 80 and Paw Paw Road. David C. Reed of Manchester was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center, but has since been released. The USDA Rural Development is awarding $25,000 to one county in Southwest Virginia. In a release from the office of Congressman Morgan Griffith, the grant is being awarded to Lee County, Virginia Public Service Authority. The money will be used for the purchase of crash cushions, as well as roadway devices made of crushable material that absorb energy from colliding vehicles to help minimize threats to life. Nearly $1 million is being awarded to 40 Appalachian organizations through the Appalachian Regional Commission's Ready Nonprofits initiative. The funds will help those nonprofits in 11 Appalachian states create opportunities within the community. Governor Andy Beshear, who is also the state's co-chair for ARC, says in part, quote, "These funds will help nonprofits in Kentucky and across the region keep uplifting and empowering our people." It has been 1 week since a widely popular restaurant opened in a small central Kentucky town. Chick-fil-A opened to massive crowds last week in Danville, and it has been busy ever since. But a utility issue at what was going to be the main entrance created some issues. The developer of this property says the main issue is a gas line that had to be relocated. That has not stopped people from showing up, though.
We're just humbled that everyone would choose to figure out how to get into the restaurant and find that path and come dine with us.
The developer says the work to relocate the gas lines could be impacted by the weather. Chick-fil-A's local operator says the store has provided more than 130 jobs to people.
6:09 on your Friday morning. Time for another check of the forecast, and we are nice and dry across southern and eastern Kentucky. A look outside the WYMT studio showing clear skies, 27 degrees. Over in Mount Vernon, traffic running smoothly on I-75 this morning, and over at Whitesburg, 37 as we speak, as we look at our downtown camera from Mountain Comprehensive Healthcare. Here's a look at satellite and radar showing we are nice and dry. We are going to keep it that way through the next several hours, and temperatures going from the 20s and 30s this morning into the 50s by this afternoon. In fact, we should top out around 56, 57 degrees. Could be even warmer tomorrow. However, the forecast takes a turn to the soggy side on Sunday. We need some rain, and it's on the way, and may also see some snow before it's all said and done. We'll have more on that here in just a few minutes, Madison.
Thanks, Shane, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, Israel has released a new timeline about the future of the war with Hamas.